Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. ETH waking up a little bit weaker today as we are in the weekend. Holiday weekend, we might not see too much price action, but still the market is moving a little bit up and down. So we see a little bit of volatility, which is at least something. Talked in the previous videos about the idea that ETH is still working on a B wave. So that B wave can, of course, be over at any time. That's the idea. We are in resistance. Could possibly still stretch a little bit higher. But the idea is overall, bigger picture, that the market is moving in this wave 2 correction. Support for this wave 2 correction is at the moment between $1,677 and $2,019. Important support levels specifically here between 1,812 and 1,913 US dollars. But this is the entire support range. Below $1,677, I will have to change my overall assumption about this chart, and it might get a little bit more risky to trade on the long side because it could open the door to new bear market lows. Now, that will be a bit premature at that stage to confirm that, but it will definitely increase the risk significantly because any break below the 78.6 retrace increases the risk. So the idea is we are in a wave 2 at the moment. That is just a pullback in an overall uptrend, in an overall bullish market. That pullback consists of an ABC structure. There are different ways of counting this. Certainly the idea is that we're at the moment moving in a B wave, which should still result in a C wave to the downside. Let's talk about the short-term bearish scenario, which is preferred. Is there a short-term bullish scenario? So could the market already break out completely from here? Yeah, anything is possible. When you ask questions like that, always ask what's probable. Don't ask what's possible, because literally anything is possible. Therefore, you should never be surprised by the market. Don't ever let yourself be surprised by the market. Anything is always possible, but I wouldn't give it very high probabilities to break out directly from here. It is, of course, possible, but as soon as there's no rush, because even if it does a little bit earlier than expected, we will be able to recognize that by identifying 5 waves up, 3 waves down. Now, the problem with that is sometimes in crypto, it happens very, very quickly. So those mood swings, sentiment can change super quickly. And sometimes those 5 up, 3 down are difficult to recognize because it happens so quickly. Okay, and the pullbacks might be so shallow. So therefore, I always like to have a core position already for the coins that I like to hold. Okay, that deals with FOMO. Yeah, when the perfect setups just don't appear because maybe the pullback was a little bit shallow. That is some stuff that cannot be predicted with certainty. You can manage that with trading tactics. Okay, very important. But yeah, the support levels are clearly defined, parameters are clearly defined. The market is respecting our resistance area at the moment, even bounced off the previous swing high, the December the 14th high, and the 78.6 retrace now. So we had a reaction to that level. That's at $2,338. Now, the idea is that this B wave can play out in a couple of ways. Either we are dealing here with a WXY structure. To be honest, the top could be in, but I only have 3 waves down. So as we get 5 waves down and then also break below the $2,162 level, then that would confirm that we are coming down already in the C wave. In the white count, we can definitely look for one more high. But this is basically both they are both part of the same scenario in which we should move down eventually, okay? So this is basically the short-term bearish count. Short-term bullish, of course, possible. I shared that with you yesterday, 5 waves up, 3 down, but not large enough to be reliable. And then we would need to see this 5 up on a larger time frame, 3 down, and then it would go. But I don't see that as highly likely until it really shows. I need to see it, and then we can make our decisions, change the opinion, as to what is currently the primary scenario. But in the scenario in which we get one more C wave down, and this is preferred, it could either happen more directly. But if you twist my arm and ask me, what do you think and what's more probable, I'd like to see one more high here, because the ABC structure here, where we have an ending diagonal basically, yeah. So this white count is an ending diagonal. I see that a little bit more probable. Now the question is, what is support? So my support level stretches down to $2,250. So already below, no, 1 second, that is not correct. It is $2,230. So a break below $2,230 will already indicate that the C wave to the downside has started. Essentially, this is what we like to see. And to be honest, I don't care about if it makes one more small high or not. If it makes one more high, 2,400 should sort of be, that would be ideal. Okay, that would be the ideal target, 2,400 to 2,500. But essentially all I want really is to get this correction done, and to really complete it, we need to scare a few people out of the market, and that typically happens in such a C wave. So yeah, that's my update about ETH. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.